Good day, everyone. My name is Uncle Varun, and welcome to Storytime. Right now, the name of this story today is Anansi and the Haunted House by our author Ricardo Keynes Douglas. So, let's go. Anansi was the biggest and strongest spider in the whole town. He traveled far and wide and climbed the highest mountains and, yes, scared the most famous people. He loved to boast about his adventures, which were bigger and better than anyone else. All the little spiders in the neighborhood admired Anansi a lot. They loved to play with him whenever he had time. But he was always busy. One day, all the little spiders planned a late night party down by the beach, a safe distance from the haunted house. "Would you like to join us, please, Anansi? Please," they called out. "We were scared of that, of that house." And Anansi said, okay, he would be there at 11:30 and to bring plenty of food. And so it was done. All the little spiders came down to the beach after dark. They sang songs and jumped rope and played skipping games, but they avoided looking over to that house. When Anansi arrived, they all ate and he told them a story of a haunted house he had explored once. The little spiders, they shivered and they giggled. "I'm not scared of anything," he said. "What's so scary about an old house?" "Well, the smaller little spider, they say that rocks fall out of nowhere right on the roof of that house. And at midnight, a big rooster dances on a table." "So," said Anansi, "they say that creepy things come out of broken windows, but nothing ever goes in," said another little spider. "Nonsense," thundered Anansi. "You are so silly. I'll show you. I'm going in there at 11:45, and if that rooster does show up, I'll show it what it really means to dance. I will teach it a step or two." And true to his word, at 11:45, Anansi headed for the haunted house. His little friends had hoped he was joking. No, don't go in alone," they shouted after him. "Let's go in with you." "I don't need you little guys," said Anansi. "What can you do? I can do 1,000,000 times better." So he popped off his chest and jumped onto the veranda and slowly opened the door. It didn't creak. Inside was very quiet. There was just the sound of the faraway waves on the beach. The moonlight was beaming through the windows and the cracks through the wall. Bam! Anansi jumped, but it was only the door slamming shut. "Anansi, are you alright?" whispered some timid little voices at the window. "I am fine, cool as a cucumber," Anansi, shaking just a little. And as he walked further into the room, there was a table with 20 legs, all pointing in different directions. He had never seen anything like it. "This must be the table the rooster dances on," he thought. And just then he heard a and again it was coming closer and getting louder. Had no idea where the rooster was, so he decided it was time to leave. "I'll go out and tell him I danced the rooster right off the table." Just like that, Anansi thought, and as he turned to leave, all of a sudden, whoosh, whoosh! What was that? Bats! They were everywhere, coming and going. Anansi was not fond of bats. They made him cringe, and worse just then, heavy things just dropped on the roof. Brash, 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 brash. He would just make his way to the door. But yes, as he turned to go, there it was, coming out from the shadows, the biggest rooster you have ever seen, and it jumped onto the table and started to dance at midnight. Anansi stood petrified. He had never seen a rooster dance. It was doing all kinds of fancy step-ups. There on the table, by the time there were hundreds of anxious little spiders, eyes peeping through the dusty windows and cracks in the wall. They wanted to see the brave Anansi dance. Just then, the rooster stopped with his stamp and said, "Can you do that, Mr. Spider?" "Ah!" Anansi said. "Of course," said Anansi, backing up a little. "I can't hear you," said the rooster. There was no turning back now, and Anansi knew all his little friends were watching him. The big, strong, fearless spider who could do anything in the world without help. "Yes, I can do that," said Anansi. "Then dance," the rooster said. So, Anansi started slowly, then picking up the pace. "Not down there, right up on the table next to me," said the rooster. Then, the eyes of all the little spiders were watching. So when Anansi jumped onto the table and started really showing off, he was doing all kinds of latest movements, even throwing up a backflip, and they split. The rooster watched all of a sudden and bounced and pinned Anansi down with his claws. "Ah!" yelled Anansi. "Ha ha ha ha!" laughed the rooster. "I got me another little spider for a snack. I love spiders, particularly the legs." Then, "Help!" Anansi cried, shouted. "You have so many of them," said the rooster. But just as he was going to nibble, he had a strange feeling that he was being imprisoned by hundreds of fine silky strands dropping from the ceiling, while spiders wrap around the rooster back and forth, quick like lightning, spinning their threads and lifting the rooster high up onto the ceiling, freeing Anansi. Thank you," shouted Anansi to all the little spiders. "You saved me." And they ran out to the party, laughing and singing, dancing and eating. No one knows if the rooster danced again or if it still hung from the ceiling, tied together by the little spider webs. But every now and then you will hear drifting on the breeze of the beach. The end. Right? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed story time today. So check out the Sangre Grande Public Library Facebook page for more details.